very excited to see her.
Sinead, I've never seen her play live.
I've heard her performances.
You know, in the whole idea of working together as a bunch of women and being part of that. In the whole idea of working together as a bunch of women and being part of that.
You were so vocal about the things that you believed in. What was it difficult to take sort of learning the songs?
Women First has your backstage pass to Lilith Fair, plus great music from your favorites, next. Performances come about.
We just went around and
Came and asked me if I want to sing with them.
Next, one of the high... How many cities will Lilith Fair hit this summer? There are 57 Lilith Fair shows in 47 cities.
is there anybody?
It'd be great to sing with them.
I'm bound to thank you for it. I'm really looking forward to seeing Erykah Badu and, well, seeing Sarah every night, but it's like there are just so many people that are on the... And Sinead, I've never seen her play live.
On Women First.
The fact that it was the most successful tour last summer just proved that there's an audience for a day of women's music.
Lilith Fair, more than just a summer concert.
I think the success of Lilith, the fact that you can't put more than 2 women on the same stage, you can play women all day long.
But has the fair made any impact?
At last, for women in music, there's a sense of equality.
First has your backstage pass to Lilith Fair, plus your favorite music, next. Natalie Merchant's co-headlining Lilith Fair 98. What song from Wizard of Oz is part of Natalie's set? The answer coming up. Natalie Merchant's co-headlining Lilith Fair 98. What song from Wizard of Oz is part of Natalie's set?
Lincoln, if I only had a brain.
Lilith Fair celebrates women, and it's making a difference.
What do you think that Lilith has been able to contribute to women in the industry?
Well, the fact that it was the most successful tour last summer just proved that there's an audience for a day of women's music.
It was a celebration in many ways of
Natalie Merchant's co-headlining Lilith Fair 98. What song from Wizard of Oz is part of Natalie's set?
Lincoln, if I only had a brain.
Lilith Fair celebrates women, and it's making a difference.
What do you think that Lilith has been able to contribute to women in the industry?
Well, the fact that it was the most successful tour last summer just proved that there's an audience for a day of women's music.
it was a celebration in many ways of women being able to sell a lot of tickets and disprove the notion that they can't tour together.
In the past, there's been, radio programmers won't put a bunch of women artists together back to back, well, they will men.
I think the success of Lilith, the fact that you can't put more than 2 women on the same stage, you can play women all day long.
At last, for women in music, there's a sense of equality that says that, you know what, women can rock, women can be sensitive, and it's not cool.
Well, I'm bound to thank you for it.
I'm of a certain class and a certain color, and I've had a lot of privileges, but I know that women who don't share my color and share my class and have had enormous obstacles to overcome every day in their lives. This is hopefully a manifestation of women's progress, the fact that we can gather together large amounts of people and use our influence, to try to... I'm rambling.
No, you're not
Sorry. But women have made so many advances in this century. It's staggering, and that's something we're celebrating, but multinational corporations are also making life more and more difficult for women. How many women who are working in sweatshops in Mexico, And maybe we should reach out to them, and maybe through doing this concert, and because we do have some influence, maybe we'll be able to discuss these things and share ideas, learn more, I don't know, I'm learning,
Yeah.
I'm learning every day,
We're all learning.
It's an odd position to be a spokeswoman just because you're a singer-songwriter, but that's the position I'm thrust in every time I put in front of a camera.
co-headlining Lilith Fair this summer, and she's playing almost every tour date, so you won't want to miss her. This is
Meet Lilith Fair's second stage Rising. Lilith Fair raises more than just spirits.
Sarah raised several $100,000 for local charities.
One of the most beautiful things.
And First takes you behind the scenes at Lilith Fair, plus music from your favorites. Next.
There are so many young artists here who they all really look up to you guys. This is Natalie's rule book. This is what to do and what not to do. What are the first 3 rules?
Maintain control over your image. And your image is just a reflection of who you are, hopefully, or who you'd like to project. I think that you have to be really careful of the people that you choose to work around you, because they are just like conduits. You know, they're supposed to carry that message to either the record company or to publicity or to the world at large. I always tell people, just on a practical level, don't sell your publishing, because you're an inventor as a songwriter, and those are your inventions, and they shouldn't belong to anybody else to be used in any way anybody sees fit, you know. I'm control, 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 because artistic control is the way that you don't disappoint yourself, you know. You can have a few moments earlier in your career where you're a little embarrassed of a certain line you wrote because it's kind of sophomoric or whatever, but at least it was yours.
She was a big draw at Lilith last year, and I promise she'll...
Lilith Fair 98 hits 47 cities this summer. Where does the crew sleep on the road?
We tour on 13 touring coaches. It's usually 9 to 10 people a bus. We each have our own bunk.
One of the early desires was the nonprofits and to get them involved.
Lilith Fair, where the artists care about more than music.
Sarah raised several $100,000 for local charities.
Each city that we visit, we attach ourselves to a local charity, and then $1 per ticket goes to those charities. So last year we had 570,000 people at the shows that paid to see the show. So that's $570,000 that went directly into the communities.
The charitable aspect is definitely a big draw for me, because these big festivals can do so much, you know, as far as donating money.
They may collect $15,000 to $30,000 a day, and that could be their annual budget.
It always feels better, you know, when you know you're part of something.
We should give back. We make a lot of money in this business, do you know what I mean? And God knows the business makes more out of it than the artists do, but still, you know, we do make ridiculous amounts of money.
When Lilith Fair artists are not on stage, where do they spend their time? Backstage at the Lilith Lair. Lilith Fair 98.
We've been together for 6 years, so I would lose my mind if he wasn't there, you know.
I write my songs, Amy writes her...
First takes you behind the scenes at Lilith Fair, plus music from your favorites.
Fair it's a great tour, and it's a great work environment.
Not all the relationships are platonic.
Is this a public admission?
Plus, second stage artist Billy... Natalie Merchant's co-headlining Lilith Fair 98. What will Natalie miss the most while touring this summer? The answer coming up.
That way to eat a Reese's.
Well, I'm bound to thank you for it.
What will Natalie miss the most while touring this summer?
Gardening. Yeah. That's the thing that's going to kill me this summer, because I've lived in the Northeast my whole life, and you only have this tiny window of time when you can be around plants.
Lilith Fair taps into the feminine side of all of us.
I'm Dan Garnett.
Let's talk a little bit about the men of Lilith. They always say, behind every great man, there's a great woman. And I'm so impressed with Sarah finding her balance by being able to be on the road with her husband. Mm-hmm. And a little birdie, piccolino, Uccellino, a little birdie said that you have some love behind you to support you.
Yes, I have love behind me.
Is it difficult to travel with someone that you're kind of involved with in your band?
No. Is this a public admission that
I thought it was
involved?
Is it a public admission?
I've never mentioned it to anyone.
Okay, so we can change the subject.
We've been together for 6 years, so it really doesn't
it's kind of
faze me anymore. Like I would lose my mind if he wasn't there, you know. So.
Does it make you feel extra secure when you're on stage?
We have a great time. It's a family thing, you know? Keep it in the family. It's like the family farm, you know?
Yeah. No, I think it must be a blessing to be able to be with the person that you do love and to enjoy a successful relationship, working and otherwise.
That's the way people used to be more and more the family business, you know? You didn't tell your husband when you were living in the sod house out in the Kansas prairies, I'm going to go work on the neighbor's farm because I need a little space and I need to, like, you know, express my individuality. It was more, we'll work together, you know? And I see a lot of women doing that, working together with people that they're involved with, and taking their families out, you know, having their kids out on the road, their dogs. And I think maybe that's one of the things we're doing is we're definitely changing the complexion of rock touring.
Well, here's one from Natalie's new album, Ophelia. This one's called Kind.
I'm bound to thank you for it.
This is the woman who's co-headlining Lilith Fair 98, and you know, what made you decide that you were going to co-headline with Sarah?
She asked me last year, and I was in the middle of making a record, well, writing a record, and I said no, but then I heard all these great reports, and then when she asked me again, it was the right time for me. I just had a record that came out in end of May, I guess, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing festival. It's my kind of festival. You can get fruit smoothies out there, and literature about Planned Parenthood, and there's a group from a Mexican singer just on stage. It's international, interracial. It's my kind of festival. All these women. Yeah. It's really going to be great.
What are you looking forward to the most about this?
The fruit smoothies.
What I mean?
I mean, a lot of friends of mine are going to be on the tour. I'm not a social butterfly, but I do know a few people like Emmylou Harris and India Davenport. And then I'm really looking forward to seeing Erykah Badu, and we'll see Sarah every night. But it's like, there are just so many people that are on the... Sinead, I've never seen her play live.
Is there someone in particular that you're looking forward to sharing the stage with?
A lot of people, but I since it's the first day and I'm kind of shy, I'm going to just watch today.
Yeah. Have you heard about the Indigo Girls? Yeah, the sun feels nice.
They came and asked me if I want to sing with them, and I told them the same thing. Not the first day, maybe the second or third.
They have a reputation for being the pranksters of the tour.
Oh.
The practical jokers, so stay atenta, tesoro. Well, as you know, Natalie's co-headlining Lilith, and this one is a video called
Fair is as much fun backstage as it is on stage. How do the artists and the crew spend their downtime? The answer's coming up. Backstage at Lilith Fair, how do the artists and the crew spend their downtime?
Pretty much a daily occurrence where you could find a little hacky sack circle that went from artists to crew joining in all together.
Lilith Fair taps into the feminine
For $40, what a bargain. You get to see all these bands.
Lilith Fair, not just an all-female concert tour.
There's so much positive energy here. I've had so many people say I've never been to a festival where I'm not getting, you know, hit by the guy beside me.
Legend on Lilith Fair's lineup.
Sinead, I've never seen her play live.
We've been fans of